My team reporters babble Trump, tether crop, look at that, no plane, fine, then, overflow, population common food, but it'll do, save yourself, serve yourself, world serves its own needs, listen to your heartbeat, dummy with the rapture and the reverend and the right, you patriotic, slam, fight, bright, light, feeling, pretty sight, it's the end of the world as we know it, it's the end of the world as we know it, it's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. 6 o'clock, TV hour, don't get caught in foreign towers, slash and burn, return, listen to yourself churn, lock it in, uniform and book, burning blood, letting every motive escalate, automotive incinerate, light a candle, light a motive, step down, watch it heal, crush, this means no fear, cavalier, renegade, steer clear, a tournament of lies, offer me solutions, offer me alternatives, and I decline. It's the end of the world as we know it, it's the end of the world as we know it, it's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. It's the end of the world as we know it, it's the end of the world as we know it, it's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. The other night I drifted nice, continental drift divide, mountain sit in a line, Leonard Bernstein, Leonard Brezhnev, Lenny Bruce and Lester Banks, birthday party, cheesecake, jelly bean, boom, music, symbiotic, patriotic, slam, button, nap, right, it's the end of the world as we know it, it's the end of the world as we know it, it's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. And I feel fine. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. And I feel fine. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. And I feel fine.
Yes, it's the end of the world as we know it, and we feel fine here on Music for the End of the World. I'm Chris, and I'm joined once again by Cass.
Good evening, Chris, and good evening, everyone.
Evening, Cass. And here we are back for our, well, actually we did one show early January, I remember. We came in for a quickie, but we've taken most of the month off. So this is our first show, really, for the year. What are your thoughts about last year, Cass?
Wow, last year it seems like an eternity behind. I don't know. I think I've been more rocked by. I mean, last year obviously we were looking at all of the, obviously things happening around the world and conflicts and things. But I think we got really thrown in full pelt into 2026 with some of the US's decisions to take on the rest of the world.
Start invading everyone.
I just feel the escalation in global
now
geopolitical
that's right.
stuff is
now
just
you start
massive.
thinking, don't you, nuclear war.
Yeah, well, that's definitely feels like
I
it's on
never,
the card.
even I remember when I was a kid back in the late 70s and the early 80s, that I was never really, nuclear war wasn't a big thing. You sort of learned about it at school a little bit, but now you actually think, well, Jesus, if this sort of stuff keeps up.
I think the fact too that you've got so
it's
many.
just another stress.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's another risk factor in the whole equation.
Ecological overshoot.
And it's completely unpredictable. That's what makes it, I suppose, more frightening now, is that you suddenly realise.
Well, look at it now. It's
capacity.
interesting because basically they're resource wars, aren't they?
Yeah.
Everywhere
exactly
it's invading is either
That's right.
got oil or
Exactly. It's
rare
oil or water.
minerals or
Yep.
something,
Oil, water, or minerals, and that's justification.
which has always been the case.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
right.
look
Just
at
it was a little
Iraq,
bit more. It
Iran,
was a little bit more shrouded, or they at least tried to
Yeah.
make it a little bit. Talk about what other reasons are going in. No.
Yes. So that was a bit of a surprise. Well, not a surprise, but a new element.
Yes, I just feel that 2026 just really escalated. Everything just went from, obviously all the things
2025,
that-
you mean, or 2026 this year?
Well, I'm just saying.
We've
the
only
first-
been here, not even
I
a
know,
month yet.
I know, but I'm saying in the first month of 2026, I think we've seen some incredible escalations and testing of boundaries.
Yeah, I
and
reckon
things.
this year's going to be real. Well,
Well, it
interesting.
feels. I mean, it just feels very challenging.
yeah, oh, man,
Doesn't it?
just everything is. You feel things tightening, like a rope on a ship, getting a little bit tighter, a little bit tighter. Yep. Well, here we are, Doomsters, back at 93.7 Edge FM here in the lovely Bega Valley, where it is green again after we had 3 or 4 days of not inconsiderable rain, Cass.
Very welcome rain.
I think we've got about 100 mils at our place. I think so I heard someone. I think
120 or something. Someone said.
Yeah, that's right. So very, very nice, but still pretty dry and hot, and even hotter out west where we spent a short time visiting people. 40 degrees. What was it? 45 degrees yesterday out there. Oh my god.
Yeah, some hot temperatures around.
Yeah. Yes. It's the south of Australia is on fire and the north is drowning. Jeez. And music-wise, tonight, Cass, we're going to have all the hottest 100, well, songs from the hottest 100 that had just been done last week, was it? Yes. And I think we might start off with actually the song that I thought should have won it. This should have been number one because I have played this song on the show before. It's by Hilltop Hoods and Don't Happy, Be Worry from the new album. And it's certainly the best song from the album. Here are Hilltop Hoods.
Something's in the air I can't put my finger on. My first world worries seem a little funny when we got a bigger problem. Try to wash away my cares, they just seem to linger on. In times like these, I try breathe and put it down into song. Got trust issues, bad paparazzi, half of the news that act for Ghazi. Famine, but the snacks at the party. Elon Musk and that pack of Nazis. Some are fighting boredom around their house, others fight for borders around their house. Fallout's getting sort of scary now. This new world order, tear it down. This rising temperature, you say. You worry about the weather on Tuesday. Ice caps are melting apart. I'm building an ark, prepping for doomsday. 1 minute to midnight and counting. Get a feeling a bit like I'm drowning. Clock's ticking and live life for nothing. So good, I'm gonna be just fine. I'm not here for a good time or a long time for what it looks like. Don't at me, I'm sorry. Don't happy, be worried. I'm not here for a good time or a long time for what it looks like. Don't at me, I'm sorry. Don't happy, be worried. Be worried, be worried, be worried, be worried. She's worried, he's worried, we worry, be worried. Tim Curry, Pete Murray, Bill Murray, Keith Murray, P. Money, Steve Harvey, Kid Cardi, Steph Curry. That's just a list of guys unconnected you will find. It's just a rhyming exercise that I used to calm my mind. Cause I'm worried, not a first, and I'm only getting worse. I see defeat like an open sandal. Shit's about to blow like a Roman candle. 99 look, balloons about to pop. Why do I feel the nude's about to drop? Mighty, mighty boss, turn time to knock on wood. Cause it ain't no good, make a stop. You take your kids to Willy Wonka, while I choose a carpet for my bunker. Want my kids for another summer, and I'm sure that Trump must love Ivanka. So keep that finger off the red button. Noodles come out, but they'll get nothing. Come too close on my head bottom. Cheer up, it could always be worse. I'm not here for a good time or a long time for what it looks like. Don't at me, I'm sorry. Don't happy, be worried. I'm not here for a good time or a long time for what it looks like. Don't at me, I'm sorry. Don't happy. Be worried, be worried, be worried, be worried, be worried. She's
concern is natural. I don't need you to help me. Ain't shit you can tell me, I'm just being practical. A little bit of worry is healthy. A bit of concern is natural. I don't need you to help me. Ain't shit you can tell me, I'm just being practical. I'm not here for a good time or a long time for what it looks like. Don't at me, I'm sorry. Don't hide me, be worried. I'm not here for a good time or a long time for what it looks like. Don't at me, I'm sorry. Don't have me, be worried. Be worried, be worried, be worried, be worried. She's worried, he's worried, we worry, be worried.
Yeah, don't happy, be worried. That was Hilltop Hoods. Great song. Should have come in at number one, I thought, Cass. But
It is a great song.
I think it came in at, I think it was
Was it
like
10?
No, it was way up in the 50s or 60s.
Oh, okay.
I know, travesty. Anyway, okay, let's have a quick scoot through last week in collapse. What's been going on? Well, we're going to talk about some of these things. Cass, global water bankruptcy. India scrambles to contain a pandemic. Have you read about that? I just heard it on the radio today.
What was that?
There's a virus in it's a bat-borne virus
I
in
have
India,
heard about that. Yeah.
which is apparently quite what do you call it when a lot of people are dying from it? Not deathly, but anyway,
Fatal.
Yeah, fatal. No, it's they don't. I said they said that they didn't have any cure for it or anything. Yeah, bat-borne apparently. That's the pandemic in India. There was a massive train crash in Spain. Then, of course, it's the whole world order breaking down. And then the UK's Vision of the Future collapse, which is a report commissioned by their services, I think, by their defence forces. And we might be talking a little bit about that as well. But first, not that we do New Year's resolutions, Cass, but mine, if I did do them, I would probably say try not to talk too much. Cut back
On the
when you're
radio.
talking, Chris. Yeah. So that's my not New Year's resolution, because we don't do New Year's resolutions. But with that being said, I'm going to go straight to the next song, which should have been number 2. It's by Play Lunch, and you quite like those
I
guys.
like Play Lunch.
And we love this song because the video clip's got Big Bad Basil Hall in it. We love Barry.
Yeah, it's just one of those really just very cute Australian
And it's got a nice funky
songs.
feel to it.
funky feel.
That doesn't hurt. And
good musicians.
Barry's looking pretty good.
Yeah, he looks great in it.
A lot of ex-footballers they tend to sort of go to seed a bit and get a bit chubby when they're not doing all the training stuff, but Barry's looking very trim. Anyway, this is Keith by Play Lunch.
Keith. There's a man at the Malvern TAB, shaved head, tatted up, about 6'3". He was our neighbour when we lived on Hotham Street, and though we never got his name, we called him Keith. Keith had a white Volkswagen Amarok that he parked out front his house with a steel two-wheeler trailer that he liked to tow around. One day our mate was coming round and parked out on the street, and little did we know we had just started World War III. Little did we know we had just started World War III. The bloke was seething, he was enraged, knocked on our door like a dog in a cage. We opened up, his face was red, took off his speedies and he said, "Don't park with my trailer, cunt, don't park in my spot. It's the second time this week and I'm about to lose the plot. I phoned up the council and the bloke said it was mine. Move your shit heap of a car to the other fucking side." in a CRV. Spotted a park and said, well, that's for me. Well, wouldn't you know, that very moment around the corner came Keith. He pulled his ute up next to her and then he said quite cordially,
Oh, g'day, love. That's my house, so you'll have to park elsewhere.
she said, surely you could just as easily park it over there. Surely you could just as easily park it over there. And from our porch, we watched the scene as something snapped. The man turned green. He pointed his finger and he said it clear. Open up his lungs for the world to hear.
Don't fuck with my trailer, cunt. Don't park in my spot. It's the second time this weekend I'm about to lose the plot. I phoned up the council and the bloke said it was mine. Move your shit heap of a car to the other fucking side.
It was a Tuesday afternoon we last saw Keith. The current affair crew came rolling down the street. He heard a knock and opened up his door, shocked and perplexed.
Tracy Grimshaw.
She held the mic right up to his face, called him out for everything and said, you're a disgrace. But Keith wasn't listening. His eyes were locked deadpan, staring at the camera crew and where they parked the van. He said,
Don't fuck with my trailer, cunt. Don't park in my spot. It's the second time this weekend I'm about to lose the plot.
Don't do
I
it.
phoned up the council and the bloke said it was mine. Move your shit heap of a car to the other fucking side.
Yes, Play Lunch with Keith. I think that was in the top 10, that one.
I didn't see where that came.
I think they made it in the top 10, Keith. Not 100% sure, though. All right. Let's have a look at the phrase water bankruptcy. So this is a report from the UN University. The United Nations University Institute for Water, Environment and Health. And it came out, I think, on the 20th. So it's like 8 days ago. The headline in the news from it is, World Enters Era of Global Water Bankruptcy. UN scientists formally define a new post-crisis reality for billions. And it calls for fundamental reset of global water agenda as irreversible damage pushes many basins beyond recovery. So they're talking a lot about chronic groundwater depletion, water over-allocation, land and soil degradation, deforestation and pollution, all compounded by global heating. A UN report today declared that the dawn of an era of global water bankruptcy, inviting the world leaders to facilitate honest science-based adaptation to a new reality. What do you think of that, Cass?
Well, I mean, we've always said that. I mean, water is critical,
Well,
isn't it? Like
that's
it's
right.
the most critical, and as sort of as all these different effects and all the, you know, all the loops that we get sort of caught in. You know, water's not replaceable. We're using it up for all sorts of other different things. We're polluting it and wasting it and drawing
Yep.
from underground resources. So,
Yes, we all need water. Water and
yeah.
food. We're luckily we're near the river, which is very nice. We can go swimming in it, and our grandkids love swimming in it. And I think little Lila is listening tonight, Cass.
I think
So-
she is too.
Hello, Schnupply.
Might even play a song for Lila.
We will play a
coming
little
up.
song for Lila. All right. And then we'll get back to this report from the UN about water. What is it called? Water bankruptcy. All right, let's have a nice song. All right. That's a nice one. Please Don't Move to Melbourne by Ballpark Music. Have you heard of them before, Cass?
No, I haven't heard of them. But you said they were in the top 100 as well, were they?
Yeah. Yeah. They were quite good, Aussie band. Anyway, I think they came in the 30s or 40s. Please Don't Move to Melbourne by Ballpark Music. And this is for you, Schnupply. Please don't move to Melbourne yet, unless you're going to Collingwood. yes. Please don't move to Melbourne. Don't leave me standing here in the hot, hot sun. Although I think it was over 40 degrees in Melbourne today, wasn't it, Cass?
Yeah, Melbourne's had some warm
Yeah,
weather,
there's some
that's for
warm
sure.
weather. Warm weather. That was by Ballpark Music. All right. You're listening to Music for the End of the World here on 93.7 Edge FM. And we are talking about water bankruptcy and this new report, which is titled, Cass, Global Water Bankruptcy, Living Beyond Our Hydrological Means in the Post-Crisis Era. What's a post-crisis era? What the hell is that?
Well,
I would say
thought
this
we're
is
still
one
in the
huge crisis. Right slap bang in the middle of it, baby. We're not post-crisis. Jeez. Post-crisis is extinction. We're right in the middle of it. Anyway, they say that this report, it argues that the familiar terms that they normally use talking about water, as is water stressed or water crisis, fail to reflect today's reality in many places, they say. A post-crisis condition marked by irreversible losses of natural water capital and an inability to bounce back to historic baselines. It tells an uncomfortable truth. Many regions are living beyond their hydrological means, and many critical water systems are already bankrupt, says the lead author, Kaiva Madani. He's the director of the UN University's Institute for the Water, Environment and Health, known as the UN's think tank on water. Expressed in financial terms, Cass.
Well, I think that's what's interesting, isn't it? That have actually labelled that article or labelled that paper. The fact that they talk about bankruptcy just sort of puts a whole different monetary
that's right.
country value on it, rather than water shortage or water
that's
crisis
right.
or
Exactly.
depletion. But
Yeah.
it definitely, I think the problem with all of
Maybe to try and get the leaders' attention a bit more, because everything is always economics. Of course, it comes down to economics. They don't
that's right, and
give a
people
damn about the environment.
take
or
notice.
anything. Yeah.
I just think the whole problem. I mean, obviously, those kinds of articles and research, are out there being distributed. Obviously, only to very, more targeted audiences or people that access it. But I think the problem is, and people read those kinds of things, but everyone goes, "Oh, well, we're all right." Those countries that have, that aren't impacted immediately, we have access to clean water and those kinds of things. I think people disregard those kinds of things because it's not happening to us. We're not.
And it's so easy for, in the developed world. I mean, people sitting in their homes, turn on a tap and water comes out. It's, but, a lot of energy is going into getting that water to the house.
Yeah,
Clean water.
absolutely. But I think people just are not it's just such a foreign concept. I mean, you think of it, traditionally we used to look in Africa and the droughts and those things, and you imagine what, through all the different humanitarian efforts, and you see the images that they don't have fresh drinking water. But I think people find, are very removed from that, and it's like that happens in those countries. They're developing countries. They're the kinds of problems that they have, not here. But the reality is that it's global, and it's every country needs to be looking at how they preserve and maintain. And I just think of how much water wastage that we have just generally in like Australian households. And that thing of, maybe some of those steps we need to be taking is that people need to become more mindful. And just because you've got a resource now doesn't mean that you should just
what are we spending our water on? That's the other thing too, like we were spoken about this before with the data centres, particularly with the AI coming in, they're all using massive amounts of water.
Yeah, incredible. I mean,
industry,
you'll start seeing the impact of some of those things on
well,
industry, and that's where it'll be interesting to see. I mean, I'm sure that report highlights it, but I've certainly read other reports where they talk about, America, it's got some major issues with their water shortages, and that they're going to
Colorado.
be, the biggest. So presumably, people will be building those data centres in areas where they have access to water, and then you think, well, that means all the water.
Well, no, but that's
you'd
the
be
crazy
using.
thing. I was reading about in America, some places they've been building where they're actually, like out near Palm Springs or somewhere in the damn
they
desert.
don't have water
Like,
access.
Yeah, crazy places. I forget where. But going on about the report again, expressing in financial terms, the report says that many societies have not only overspent their annual renewable water income from rivers, soils and snow packs and glaciers. They've depleted long-term savings in aquifers, wetlands and other natural reservoirs. So this has resulted in a growing list of compacted aquifers, which don't have much water in them, Cass. Subsided land in deltas and coastal cities, vanished lakes and wetlands, and irreversibly lost biodiversity, of course, which goes along with it, which goes along with the bushfires that we have here in Australia. You know, the loss of biodiversity is just enormous. And this report is based on a peer-reviewed paper, and it defines water bankruptcy as persistent over-withdrawal from surface and groundwater relative to renewable inflows and safe levels of depletion. So persistent drawing down more than can be replenished. And the resulting irreversible or prohibitively costly loss of water-related natural capital. So if you don't have water, where are you going to get it? You've got to buy it. Or build desalination plants, which are hugely expensive.
Cost. And also
massively
intensive. And then
intensive.
energy intensive and materials and resources to be able to build those.
So that's what they're saying about a water post-crisis. Rather than saying water stress, which reflects high pressure that remains reversible, or water crisis, which describes shocks which can be overcome. And apparently they're going to be doing a water conference, a UN water conference in December this year. And it is going to be held, where would you think they would hold a UN water conference?
Somewhere in the Emirates, somewhere?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, Arab Emirates. Because when you think of water, that's where you think of it. But they've got a massive crisis, that's for sure. And Madani, the lead scientist, while not every basin and country is water bankrupt, he says, enough critical systems around the world have crossed these thresholds. So these systems are all interconnected through trade, migration, climate feedbacks and geopolitical dependencies. So the global risk landscape is now fundamentally altered, he says. As we keep saying, Cass, everything is connected. Political, social, economic, environmental, biological, everything is connected. And water is just part of it. Probably the most important part.
Well, I think it's also all that ties into the whole discussion too on what is overshoot. And it's the fact of using, that we've used
talking about
too much,
it would be a
we've
good
used
start,
too
Cass,
much
wouldn't
water.
it?
Exactly.
You don't hear people.
No, people don't use overshoot.
They talk about climate change. They talk
Yeah.
about global warming. They talk about changes in the weather. They talk about species loss, but they don't. Altogether, they talk about deforestation, but they don't put all of it together, which is the underlying cause. Which, of course, as we know and as we keep banging on about it, people, Doomsters, we all know. Good old Professor Bill Rees. It's ecological overshoot, Doomsters, as we know. Too many of us consuming too much for the planet to sustain itself, Cass.
And even regardless of the population, it's the fact of our greed of our capitalist society, which is using like 10 times the amount of. If water was just used for people,
I think it was destined to happen. I think this is our history. This is our destiny. It was always going to happen. It was always going to happen. Even if you don't have a capitalist system, even if we're all hunters and gatherers, you can't have 8.3 billion hunters and gatherers on the planet. It just won't work. So I think it's just that it's happening faster. And rather than talking about overshoot and maybe trying to put in places mitigation things, community gardens is one thing that springs to mind.
But I think
let's spend money on bombing people.
But it's just the fact that it's so disjointed and that you hear about things in isolation.
Exactly.
And I suppose that's
you don't
the
hear
benefit
overshoot.
of overshoot, because it talks about the holistic situation rather than just going climate.
You have to go searching for it
change.
to find people
Yeah.
talking about overshoot, really.
Yeah.
It's not there easily on the mainstream media in
Yeah,
current
it's
affairs or
interesting.
anything. I know.
Interesting that
It's
it
because
hasn't
they're
been adopted.
useless. Yeah. Okay, peeps. It is just past the half hour here in Music for the End of the World. And it's time for another song from the Hottest 100. And let's have... this was a good one. Role Model. I've never heard of them. Sally When the Wine Runs Out is the name of the song. Have you heard that one, Cass?
No.
No.
No, it's a new one.
I just heard it the other day. And then we might follow that with a quick gimme song. There's only a short one. We'll see. All right, so this is Role Model with Sally When the Wine Runs Out.
Well, I met Sally at a late night dive bar. She don't dance, but she downs her drinks. Heard through a friend she's a born again wild card. She was telling me wild things. Well, she was telling me wild things. Lives down the street past the 7-Eleven, just close enough that I spent the night. She grabbed my hand at the intersection. I spilled my guts at the red light. Sally, that feeling's coming around. Please don't go falling in love and disappear when the wine runs out. Hey, Sally, I'll buy a couple of rounds. Don't let me think I'm enough and disappear when the wine runs out. Well, I open up while she's flipping through pages, getting lonely as the days get dark. If you're bored and your mind starts changing, maybe just give me a head start. And I see the glass in your eyes, just trying to keep it alive, crying out loud. Sally, that feeling's coming around. Please don't go falling in love and disappear when the wine runs out. Sally, I'll buy a couple of rounds. Don't let me think I'm enough and disappear when the wine runs out. Oh shit, here we go again. I'm falling head first. Ankles hit the two-step. Sally makes my head hurt. Heard through the grapevine, she can be a diva. Cold like Minnesota, hotter than a fever. Oh shit, here we go again. I'm falling head first. Ankles hit the two-step. Sally makes my head hurt. Heard through the grapevine, she can be a diva. Cold like Minnesota, hotter than a fever. Sally, that feeling's coming around. Please don't go falling in love and disappear when the wine runs out. Sally, I'll buy a couple of rounds. Don't let me think I'm enough and disappear when the wine runs out.
Yeah. Sally, When the Wine Runs Out by Role Model. That was pretty
Yeah, it's cool. Cool number.
cute little song.
Were you following with gimmies or following afterwards with gimmies?
Thanks. Yes, I said we're going to follow with gimmies, aren't we? So, and that is exactly what we're going to do. And I was thinking, because we're doing the Hottest 100, what song am I going to do, Cass? For
what
the gimmies, because
song-
they weren't in the Hottest 100. I don't know why. They should be in there. A lot of songs of theirs could be in there. But I thought, well, I'll play a song that I haven't played by the Gimmies on the show before. And it's a classic song, of course. And it is Stairway to Heaven. Done
Let me qualify that.
with the Gimmies. And they've done it their own special way. It starts off very slow. Here it is. Me First and the Gimme Gimmes with Stairway to Heaven.
Just because we play in blue suits doesn't mean we play blue. There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold, and she's buying a stairway to heaven. When she gets there, she knows if the stars are all closed, with the words she can get what she came for. And she's buying a stairway to heaven. And she's buying a stairway to heaven. There's a sign on the wall, but she wants to be sure, 'cause you know sometimes words have two meanings. And she's buying a stairway to heaven. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Ah, yes, the Gimmes, Stairway to Heaven. Did you like that one, Cass?
I loved it.
I don't think you've heard that version, that song before, have you? By the Gimmes?
I'm sure I have heard it at some point. Seeing, I'm very au fait with the
All right.
Gimme's
Yeah.
extensive portfolio.
And it's, rather a long song of theirs. I think it's 1 minute 40, so getting up there. All right, back to this report from the UN on water bankruptcy. The chief scientist, the head of the institute there, Madani, underlines 4 following essential points, Cass. 1. Water cannot be protected if we allow the hydrological cycle, the climate and the underlying natural capital that produces water to be interrupted or damaged, e.g. aquifers, etc. The world has an important and still largely untapped strategic opportunity to act. A little bit of hopium, but he's got to give him something, I suppose. Number 2, water is an issue that crosses traditional political boundaries, and it belongs to North and South, left and right. For that reason, it can serve as a bridge to create trust and unity between and within nations. In the fragmented world that we live in now, water can become a powerful focus for cooperation and for aligning national security with international priorities. Well, that's working a treat at the moment, isn't it?
Unfortunately, with all of that, I was just reading in.
I mean, they're lovely things to say, but they're just...
Well, I just
piffle.
don't see water as being something that's going to bond people together. And see it
No.
more as being something which is going to
Cause
create more
yes,
hostilities
that's
and conflict, because people are at the moment becoming more countries, are becoming more nationalistic and protecting
Yes.
their rights, which mean they're not interested in the common good of the world.
And, there's all the arguments about who's upstream, who's downstream,
yeah, absolutely.
who controls the flow from above. And he goes on to say the investment in water is also investment in mitigating climate change, biodiversity loss and desertification. So water shouldn't be treated only as a downstream sector affected by other environmental crises. On the contrary, targeted investment in water can address the immediate concerns of communities and nations while also advancing the objectives at the Rio Convention. And a renewed global emphasis, he says, on water could help re-accelerate stalled negotiations and potentially re-energise halted international processes. Well, we'll see. If the media's not talking about overshoot, I really find it hard to see them doing much, Cass. What do you reckon?
Well, I just think people are not aware of the global situation. So, it's difficult for people to act and respond. I mean, I think there's just information coming from all sides, so much fake news and so much to sort through. It's just become
Well, and also all the
more
organisations
complex.
that Trump has shut down or closed over
Yeah.
in the States
Other
that have to do with
mouthpieces.
monitoring the environment and
absolutely.
the atmosphere and climate change and all that sort of stuff. Would you like to know some hotspots that the report pointed out?
I would.
Where would you say some water hotspots might be? I think you did say it actually before.
As in shortages,
As in, yes,
as in where it's crisis, water.
crises where, if not
Well-
already, potential for
Well, you
conflict.
would presume, Pakistan
Yes, the Middle East,
and India, Middle East.
North Africa region, high water stress, they say, climate vulnerability, low agricultural productivity because their crops aren't producing as much. Energy intensive desalination, think of the Gulf states, and sand and dust storms intersect with complex political economies. Also parts of Southeast Asia, or just South Asia actually, Cass. South Asia, groundwater dependent agriculture and urbanisation have produced chronic declines in the water tables and local water subsistence. And also in the American Southwest, the Colorado River and its reservoirs have become symbols of overpromised water. So there are three that the report drew attention to. And also drawing on global data sets and recent scientific evidence, the report presents a stark statistical overview of trends, the overwhelming majority caused by humans, of course. For example, I'll just do a few and then we'll have another song, I think, 'cause there's so many. Okay, let's have a look at some of these crises. 50% of large lakes worldwide that have lost water since the early 1990s. 50%. With 25% of humanity directly dependent on those lakes. A quarter, that's 2 billion people. 50% of global domestic water is now derived from groundwater, not rainwater, or rivers, or lakes, or dams. 40% of irrigation water drawn from aquifers is being steadily drained. And that's what I can't understand, that they let them do fracking in places like, we've got it up there in the Hunter, which is like right on top of the Artesian
Yeah,
basin.
absolutely. Well, that's what people are protesting about, aren't they? Is they're talking about how it's going to destroy the
Yeah,
water tables.
yeah. All right, that's enough statistics right now. I need another song, Cass. Anything you'd like? I think you like the Terrys. I think you told me you quite... Oh, I was playing the song today. You said, oh, that's a nice song. I said, well, that's the Terrys. I think they're in the top 20. I'm not sure. I don't know much about them. They sound Australian with a name like that, the Terrys.
The
aren't
Terrys.
they? Or
I will check them
are
out.
they UK, maybe? Terry. What new mode up? They could be maybe, English, I don't know. It's the Terrys anyway. And they are singing, what's it called? Catalonia Dreams. Well, then they may be, I would say they're definitely from UK, Cass. Let's have a
I'm
look.
not sure.
Terry's with Catalonia Dreams.
Tiptoe from the block and we started again. Then we argued again cause we wanted all. Rickshaw, sky rise and a party at 10. So we gotta pretend that we got it all. Brick back, got a couple shy dollars to spend with a wallet to bend. So I want it all. Knick-knack and a baddie put a red over black. So I gotta give back cause I got it. My best friend's mom got me hooked on cocaine. Her secretary blew the smoke my way. Catalonia dreaming had me drift away. And I never felt the same. I never felt the same. Lock, stock from the back, then we party again round the Vatican bend. I just wanted more. TikTok hopscotch, my body's a clock. I don't want it to stop till I got it all. We drink, we dance, we waste away. We cry, we dream, we beg for praise. My best friend's mom got me hooked on cocaine. Her secretary blew the smoke my way. Got alone in a dream and had me drift away. And I never felt the same. I never felt the same. And I never felt the same. I never felt the same. We breathe, we die, we pray for change. We fear, we love, we stay the same. We drink, we dance, we waste away. We live, we fade, we drink. My best friend's mom got me hooked on cocaine. Her secretary blew the smoke my way. Catalonia dream and had me drift away. And I never felt the same. I never felt the same.
Ah, yes. That's Catalonia Dreams by the Terrys, who, my fact checker says, are
Australian.
Australian, of course.
Indie band started 2020
From
Gerringong.
Gerringong. So they're South Coast. Should know them. Oh, apologies to the Terrys. Well done, boys and girls. And also, my fact checker says they ripped off the melody from Closing Time by Semisonic, and that is probably true. It did sound a lot like Closing Time, didn't it? Man. But I mean, nothing's new in rock and roll, is there? It's just 3 chords. We've got 10 minutes left, Doomsters, before our first show of the year. And what a year we're predicting it's going to be. Oh, I am anyway. Cass, your predictions?
No, I think 2026 is a.
Is this the year
Is
where
a
it
big
really
year. Well, I think we're going to see
starts
some.
cranking up for privileged people like us?
Well, some major events which absolutely will start affecting more of the people, which will mean people will come to a little bit more awareness. I mean, like already, I mean, I think at the moment, this current, January so far, when you look at the, the temperatures across Australia, the floods, the fires.
That's right.
And people are saying, I mean, everything at the moment, even the news is reporting, hottest on record. Australia's the hottest country in the world at the moment. These are the...
It was over 50 degrees, I think, at Uyen,
it's
out west,
crazy.
apparently. Never heard of the place.
Yeah.
But bloody
So
hot.
that's a ripper start to the year, apart from everything else going
Well,
on globally.
let me give you some more great stats on water. Because we really, even though we did have rain, what was it, a week ago? We got like 100 mils, 110 mils. That was nice, but we need way more. It's pretty dry. 70% of major aquifers are showing long-term decline, Cass. And 410 million hectares of area of natural wetlands. 410 million hectares, right?
Vanished.
That's almost equal in size to the entire European Union.
Wow.
Yeah, gone in the last 50 years. 30+% global glacier mass is lost since the 1970s. And then dozens of major rivers now fail to reach the sea for parts of the year.
Wow.
Bloody hell. And just over 50 years, they think, is how long many river basins and aquifers have been overdrawing their account. So this has been happening for quite a while. 100 million hectares of cropland damaged by salinisation. So that's all the Pacific Islands. And then, of course, there's human consequences with that. Doomsters. 75% of humanity are in countries classified as water insecure or critically water insecure. That's 3/4. 6 billion people. 2 billion people are living on sinking ground. Some cities are experiencing an annual drop of going down 25 centimetres. I think that's happening to Jakarta, Cass.
Oh, like the landmass.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. 4 billion people facing severe water scarcity at least 1 month every year. 170 million hectares of irrigated cropland under high or very high water stress, equivalent to the areas of France, Germany, Spain, Italy combined.
I mean, all this, I mean, apart from the threat of lack of water, I mean, what it also means, which we're seeing, and again, it's not the, cost of living crisis, it's the fact that all food is going to become more expensive because...
Yeah, this isn't a cost of living crisis, people, is it?
To actually
this is collapse.
Bring those crops in and whatever. If
That's
you have water shortages
prices
around
are
the
never
world,
going down.
then
Yeah.
prices are going to go up,
Only
and it's
going up.
already
There's only
and
one
it's
way.
already hitting everyone.
The hockey stick graph. Just look at any other graph for anything. Just have a look. The last 200 years. Bang. The last 50 years. I think I was listening to Bill Rees the other day, and I think he was saying in the last 50 years, so since the late 70s, or maybe even early 80s, we have consumed more than half of all fossil fuels ever consumed.
I heard something. Yeah.
Huge amount.
Yeah.
And it's only getting more. Yeah, I know. Doomsters, 2026 is going to be an interesting year. But we will be here every Wednesday, 7 to 8. And I've been thinking about making the show longer, but I don't know, Cass. I don't want to commit. I don't like commitment.
What are you not committing to?
A longer show. 1 hour goes pretty quick. But
See
anyway,
how it rolls.
We'll see how it rolls. See how it rolls. And hopefully have a few more guests on this year. I'd like to get local guests on. So if you are of like mind, like Music for the End of the World, if you understand the reality of our situation, why don't you think about coming in on the show, have a chat, talk about your experiences and how collapse is affecting you and your thoughts on it. I think you can go to the radio website and email or something like that. That'll be great.
Or if people are also further away and not living locally, you can also still make that contact, and then you could do a little interview.
Well, I can always do an interview and just
play.
record it, and then I can play it on the show. That's true.
Don't be put off if you don't actually live.
That's true.
In the Bega Valley.
Yes, that's right. I could do a recording on your phone. You can do everything on your phone now. Everything on your phone. And that's something we might talk about this year too. I saw an interesting show about phone use, how the brain develops, teenagers in the 70s versus teenagers nowadays, and just the consequences of screens, I suppose. And having something in your pocket. Where am I? Oh, hang on, I'll just get my phone.
Yeah, well, certainly.
Where's the damn service station? Hang on, I'll just get my phone.
It doesn't bode well for if we have, if we lose that capacity.
Yeah.
That if we don't have that, we've lost all those skills. And I think we were talking
Got to
about
pay
it
for
before,
something. Yeah, just tap my phone. Bing.
like using road maps. I mean,
Yes.
if you don't have a phone to find directions, I mean, you used to rely on a street directory or a
What
map
is
of some
boondoggle
kind.
week?
And now,
I'll have to look at my phone. There we go. Yeah, I know. It's
so I mean, there's a whole lot of survival skills that we're sort of breeding out with our
and how about
technology.
that's another thing. It's so easy to get into that state of just taking your phone with you everywhere you go.
I think that's what
Why?
2026 should be. I think we need
Yes.
to work on
Get rid of them
separation
That's
from
right.
your phone.
That's right. It's nice being in contact with like-minded people, but that's about it really for the internet. Your phone. Get rid of them. Okay, it is coming up to the end of the hour here on Music for the End of the World. Hope you enjoyed the show. Remember, if you're local and you want to either do a little interview or come in, it's fun to be here in the radio station. Just contact the station via the internet, via your phone. All right, Cass, last song. What are we going to have? Oh, what to do? I'm sort of two minds. All right, Don West. Have you heard of him, Cass?
No, I haven't heard of Don West.
I haven't heard of Don West either. Anyway,
I know who Don
Doomsters,
West
this is
is.
Don West. He was in the Hottest 100. Send it back. I'm not sure if he's Australian. I don't think so. Anyway, we'll see you. And like I always say, collapse is inevitable, Doomsters, but justice is not. So we can keep striving towards something. Other than that, of course, thanks for joining us, and it's good night from me.
And it's good night from me.
Good night, Cass. And we'll see you next week, Wednesday, 7 o'clock. Here's Don West. Send it back.
Looking for a mountain to climb. Gonna walk up, gonna get real high. Gotta give it up, give it up. Sitting on the edge of those stones. Throw my hands back, ain't let it go. Never told my love, will I ever get it back? Never told my love, will I ever get it back? Unconditional surrender, or will it be returned to sender? Looking for an ocean to swim. Not gonna look, gonna dive right in. Just like that stone that might sink down. Never told my love, will I ever get it back? Never told my love, will I ever get it back? Unconditional surrender, or will it be returned to sender? Show me everything that you like, so I can take you out tonight. Have a little faith. Send it back to me. You're gonna send it